So we're touching on the agronomic traits we noticed last year when using CERT-N and proving the concept to growers. The guys involved in bringing that product to market were there weekly doing plant mapping. So we were looking for all the characteristics that changed when we introduced the product. We noticed we were setting a fruiting node a week earlier. We noticed more boll retention. We were averaging like 10 more bolls per plant. And what's really interesting is when we got to the end, we noticed more 4 and 5 lock bolls. So again, we won both ways, and I think that's due to the CEC soil types and where we applied it. But I think there's some things going on with the spoon feeding that's happening just continuous that cotton really likes, because we've never been able to solve that riddle in cotton. We knife some in, and then we used to come back, and spray some foliar. With cotton, you're trying to feed it, but you don't want it to get away from you. Another thing we noticed is, would it make us have to make more PIX applications? And the answer is no, because it's just a micro amount daily. So we didn't have any additional costs brought on board. And I mean, when we wrapped it all up at the beginning of the year, I feel like cotton is a really good opportunity for Pivot Bio and for the grower. I feel like it's going to drive an ROI either way. We just got to figure out how to use it best. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. Number one, the difference in a 5-lock bowl, same size as a 4-lock bowl, is 20%. So you got 20% more because you've got that extra lock.
Yep.
So, I've learned that in a lot of plots I've done before. You go pull the bowls, and they may be the same amount of bowls, but if you've got a percentage higher 5 locks, you've got a percentage higher more length.
Yep.
And another thing that I really like about it is we really don't put a pre-plant nitrogen out on our cotton, because it don't need the amounts we have to put out. So you can't go out there and put out 10 pounds of nitrogen pre-plant, right? But with the CERT-N product, you may be getting 10 pounds early. The plant probably needs the 10 pounds, but the only way you can get the nitrogen out there is to put 100 pounds of urea, 100 pounds of ammonium sulfate, where you're getting a lot more units out there early, which makes the plant get more vegetative. With the CERT-N, it's micro feeding it. So you don't have to worry about, not having the nitrogen when you plant it, but you don't have to worry about having too much nitrogen. You can really screw a cotton crop up. This one behind us, if I come in here today and put out another application of nitrogen, I probably wouldn't pick it until November.
Right.
So you have to really monitor your nitrogen, and I kind of feel like the CERT-N product is doing that internally, and it's doing it organically, instead of using a synthetic product to try to do that.
Right. And I feel like that's something we ought to watch this week. This week's going to be extremely hot.
Yeah.
We're going to pay attention to what happens out in the field. We may see some differences.
Yeah.
Again, you can have more bolls per plant. Retaining those bolls and actually getting to pick them is a different story. But it all has to do with the plant's relationship with the nitrogen in the soil and how it's taking it in. And I feel like that's where Pivot Bio has really grabbed the corner on something.
Well, and we've got a pretty cool plot. We did a large amount of acreage after the first year. I normally don't do that with a product at the first year it returns an ROI, but I've been working with Pivot through the corn, so I know what I'm dealing with. But we have a plot through Extreme Ag where every other 12 is treated with CERT-N and every other 12 isn't. So if we can't find out some information there, then I don't know how you'd get it done.
That's right.